One of the keys to be profitable in the world of trading is to know perfectly how trends work and make the most of it. In today's video we are going to show you step by step how to use a combination of indicators, with which we have managed to exceed 90% win rate by scalping and day trading in these market trends. I recommend you to watch the video until the end because you can use these indicators in Forex, stocks, and cryptocurrencies, and I am sure it will help you to improve your trading. Welcome to the Trader's Game. And before we start, remember that in the description you have the links to join us in our Telegram community, where every day we post charts and analysis of what is happening in the financial markets. And also the trading bonus page, which has been updated and have added new promotions and free bonuses, for all those who are starting in the world of trading. Do not forget to leave your email if you want to receive a weekly newsletter with everything that has happened during those days. We are going to record this live video on the Bitcoin pair with USDT, in the 5 minutes time frame. I mentioned in the intro that this strategy is perfect for scalping in low time frames, but as you will see it can also give us a lot of information in higher time frames. We go to the indicators section and look for the super trended moving averages, click on it and we will see something like this, and I am sure that many of you who have been in the channel for a long time will see the similarity with the famous super trend. It is also a set of averages, but in this case it has nothing to do, since the data and the variables used are very different. Even so, we are not going to use this average in the way you expect, since the first thing we are going to do is to uncheck these two boxes and leave only the show buy and sell signals, that is to say that only show us these buy and sell signals. In this slider of the moving average type we are going to look for and place it in hull. The length of the moving average we will raise it to 150, the period of the ATR we will raise it from 10 to 14, and the multiplier we will raise it to 0.7. It is also very important that you check the box to wait for the closing of the time intervals, and in the style part we can remove practically everything. We will only leave those marks of the buy and sell signals. We accept, and as you can see we only have those signals but with the specific data that we have placed. Obviously we cannot leave it like that because it gives us many false signals, so we return directly to indicators and look for the easy entry/exit trend colors. Click and you will see something like this. Personally, this is an indicator that provides a lot of information, not only for this type of strategies but for many more, but in this particular one we will go to the configuration part and we will have to change almost everything. We will begin with raising this 10 to 14, the 12 we will raise it directly to 21, the slow length we will raise it from 26 to 45, and the signal length we will raise it from 9 to 14. In the style part we will also have to remove practically everything and leave only the green triangles and red triangles along with the line of the zero zone. The coloring of the candles on the chart I usually remove it because in this case it will not bring us anything, but you can also put it to your liking. The zero zone line I am going to mark it in white to make it clearer on the chart and click on accept, and we would have the setup almost ready to start trading. You can see many examples where simply looking at the color of the lower indicator zone, when it is green and a buy signal is marked on the upper indicator, we can clearly see how we could take advantage of that trend and take a positive operation. The same thing would happen but on the contrary for sales. When we have a sell signal we would look at the lower indicator, and if the area is red we would simply enter short and take profits. In this case, even with so much volatility we could perfectly follow that trend. But many of these signals are not so clear and also are in areas or ranges of lateralization or consolidation. This is obviously very difficult to operate and we would lose many operations, and is that this strategy is literally based on two horizontal lines that we will place on the lower indicator at specific points. We will put a green vertical line at the coordinates -50 of the lower indicator, and as you can guess we will also put a red one at the coordinates 50. Why do we do this? To detect not only the direction of the trend by the color of the indicator, but also those areas of overbought and oversold. When the indicator reaches or exceeds that red line up would mean that in the event that there was a reversal of the trend after having touched that area or have positioned above, if we get a sell signal on the upper indicator we will have more chances that the operation is successful, since that reversal, that trend change has occurred in an area of overbought. The same would happen here a little further back where we can see it even clearer. The price goes completely out of this medium range where the price usually lateralizes and the trend change occurs in an area of extreme overbought. We go from green to red, the strength of the trend begins to fall while the price makes another pullback upwards and already at this point sends us to sell. In that case we see that the lower indicator is still in that red color, so without any fear we place our stop loss at the previous highs and take our operation with ratio 1.5 to 1. If we go backwards doing a little backtesting we see how we will practically win 90% of the operations that we do by strictly following these rules. Again the trend begins to rise above those 50 points that we have marked and changes the color to red. Again, although it continues to fall the price makes a small pullback up again, and without any volume, and again we mark a sell. We look at the lower indicator, it is still red so everything is correct. We return to take our operation, we place our take profit and we return to exit in positive. You can see for yourselves that here onwards the same thing would happen but on the contrary, we move to oversold area. The trend changes from red to green, and while we continue with that green a buy signal is marked, in this case we place our entry, stop loss below the previous lows, and we take that ratio 1.5 to 1. It is very important that depending on the asset or the seasonality with which you are using these indicators, you make a small study of what numerical zones you are going to put these two horizontal lines in the indicator below. Since they are not the same amounts in cryptocurrencies as in shares or forex, each type of asset will have its terms. It is something that directly in a visual way you can do very easily. We could even mark different levels depending on the zones are more overbought or oversold, but well, with placing this setup would already be more than enough. And now I want you to see the comparison of how this indicator works with a typical RSI, and as you can see in these two areas where the price is according to the RSI and overbought are indeed two areas where the price changes the trend and give us some good shorts, but I want you to realize that in the indicator that we have taught you in today's video is marked much more clearly the power of these trends, and with this little trick of placing the lines in 50 and minus 50 we can interpret those entries that will be more likely to succeed than others. However, in the RSI practically marks us that overbought zone at the same level when that is not at all, when the price has a very wide distance between zones, but that is something that our indicator does mark to perfection. Since this part here has risen much by the overbought zone and the other not so much, in fact it has not even crossed it, so we could not take this operation. However, it is here, it is very clear that yes. As you can see, this is an incredible strategy to operate and maximize profits in trends. We could even place only a first fixed take profit, collect half of the profits, and ensure that profit and then let the rest run, because if the trend continues its course we could take a great extra profit. As always, I invite you to try this strategy. Leave me below in comments what you thought or if you would add any more rules, and as always go through the links that we will leave in the description. The first, our free Telegram community where we are already more than 1,600 people, and the second, the official page of Trading Bonus, where all those who are looking for a new platform to operate, they have made a compilation of the best, the largest and most important, and also have gotten you bonuses and free promotions to start, all this thanks to you and our community. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video of the Trader's Game.